What's up guys, it's Drac, and today we're checking out the Zuru XShot Trace Fire. That's right, in their continuous quest to be the cost-benefit leader in the space, this $40 fully electronic, full select fire powerhouse is the latest in the hypergel kind of compact category. Comes with 10,000 rounds, that's a lot of gel pellets. Comes with included eye protection, because it has to. This blaster is pretty intense, so you've got the 850 round magazine and then the actual hopper doing the work. It's using the same technology that the entire hypergel line has, where the magazine is kind of like a pseudo mag. No force feeding, it actually has a series of ramps where by turning the blaster upside down, the lower magazine feeds the upper magazine so that you can use that to load the entire system as it gravity feeds from the top. Now this thing is fully electronic and should include a battery as well as a charging system, I think using USB. Claims that it'll hit up to 170 FPS with a capacity of 850 on board and then 600 ready to go up in the magazine. I don't necessarily love these non-integrated hopper setups, but the very clearly lightning storm-esque stock back here looks really good. So let's go ahead and de-sleeve this blaster and see what we're working with. Well, that is the full setup that we were just talking about. Comes with blaster hopper, relatively inexpensive safety glasses, but I'm sure they're better than nothing. The stock itself, a proprietary attachment point down here, the 850 round magazine, a sort of jar here that you can use to fill one of these 500s, put it in here, fill it with water, wait 3 to 4 hours, and then you'll be good. Now you'll note that the battery is missing, and that's because I sneakily unboxed this before the video so that I could charge it for you and show you guys that it is located. One quick button push under this integrated foregrip here, click down, and you see that inside we have a small Li-ion rechargeable battery with 800 milliamp hours, recharged via an included USB to Li-ion battery adapter. Didn't take too terribly long to get it charged up, and it fits into this compartment loosely. Got to be careful not to crimp any of those wires, and then you push up on this until the button depresses and you're back at it like a bad habit. The barrel itself is not removable, as it kind of is a shroud giving you that safety orange tip. This stock is almost a necessary add-on. While I'm sure this would be great as like a machine pistol of sorts, it is a convenient attachment. And while the attachment is proprietary and the stock is much smaller than the proverbial lightning storm stock, it is pretty nice for that kind of compact SMG feeling. Now, like I said, the magazine itself fits in comfortably like so, and while the blaster itself is going to load from this upper area here, the entire hopper assembly, in the event that they ever get modular with it, is removable, showing you that this is both the ramp from which the tilt feeds into, and then this is of course the ramp by which the rounds enter the chamber. To make that abundantly clear, we can switch our select fire switch here from safe to semi, and you should be able to see through the breech. Whoop. A single kind of actuation of the mechanism. Now, I've no doubt that this is using the same proprietary kind of internals that a lot of the gel blasters are, but between the hexagons, the red and black and gray kind of deco pattern, I think that this is a very handsome option, and that $40 price point is genuinely difficult to beat. Make sure that you attach your hopper in the correct position, but we're gonna go ahead and take some pre-hydrated, just like our pre-charged blaster rounds, and we're gonna load them into the magazine and show you how the flip to feed kind of automatic reload works. Here's our empty magazine. It's got a slot over here where you can tilt this up to get at it, up and down like so. Once it's down, it is accessible. You can leave it up and close like this, a pretty clever little flap and then storage in the front there so that you can decide whether or not you want to have access to your extra rounds. However, if you do intend to use them using the flip technology, you're going to have to leave the ramp open. My one complaint with this system is that the actual like hydration station here is not a very quick feed thing, so I have to sort of agitate the rounds into the magazine. Let's jump cut this part. Yeah. So the maths, you can see here that that's about 500 rounds in an 850 capacity, means that this is about where you'd expect it to be. Go ahead and plug that in like so. And this top hopper is supposed to hold something to the tune of about 600 rounds, which means everything in here should fit here, leaving nothing behind. And it should be as easy as accessing this ramp by inverting the blaster like so. Before you do this, make sure that your top feed, your speed feed, is in fact closed. Otherwise, you'd be pouring them all over the place, and that would be a huge mess. All right, so we'll tilt it up like that. The pachinko effect happens. Notably, the flow is a lot better through the magazine system, and there's a gravity-fed door in the mechanism. It opens when the blaster is inverted, but when you flip it back over, not a ton of this should fall back into the magazine itself, and it looks like that has closed at this point. You should be able to peek and see there that that white ramp is the thing that the magazine kind of opens up, but now nothing can fall back through. Pretty cool in that regard, and we do have full hoppers, so we can throw this back in for the aesthetic. Let's go ahead and close it off because we can. It's just kind of a cool option that you can store that in either way. Let's switch it to semi-auto. Let's take it outside and put it over the chronograph. All right, so we're out here with the XShot SMG, and these rounds are too transparent to get over a standard hobbyist chronograph. It's just a real shame, but there's no reason we can't do the review old school style. So let's break the 180 rule, walk on over into the grass, take a few level shots. This one is of course semi-auto and full auto. It's actually more consistent in full auto than it is in semi-auto, but in semi-auto you can see these shots are pretty soft, hitting about 40-foot ranges. However, the power switch is in the forward position. So let's go ahead and push it through medium all the way into the back position. Now these switches are not easy to actuate, hence the using a piece of ABS plastic to do so. You just don't want to pinch those precious fingies, but you'll be able to see that with a little more power, this is now doing about 60 to 65 feet in the same capacity. It's definitely got a hop up tab in there, which is giving these that upward trajectory. And then of course, when we switch it into full auto, all right, this one's hot. I like this one. Fire a little more. Get an accuracy bead, we're gonna go over here and tackle our light, and then after we hit the light, we're gonna see how the pillar reacts. Pretty easy to attack the pillar, or light. Pillar's a little farther away. Again, with full auto, you get accuracy through volume. Very easy to hit this switch here. More of a plinking vibe when you do that. Angled shots, of course, capable of hitting about 70 feet, 75. That's about where that tree line is. Will it still do it in full auto? Yeah, man, this thing is cool, especially since it's the less expensive of the two electronic versions. I actually think that this one is pretty tight. I do dig the instant reload there, although having a hard time getting this last bit to go through the chute there. Huh, interesting. Can I force the issue? Oh no, I closed the magazine. No wonder it's not working. That's gonna make more sense to you guys in the video because it seems like I just did that. But we've now created enough space that these should be able to fall through. And then we tilt it back. We only get like 4 back. But the real question is, can you fire upside down? Absolutely not. That's not how the mechanism works. So make sure that you flip it back. Got to make absolutely sure that we get the rounds and the ricochet nowhere close to jinxie. But overall, I think that this is my favorite of the bunch. At 40 bucks, you get a lot of blaster out of the Hyper Gel over here. Pretty cool. Not a bad way to do some full auto summer gel flinging. Of course, we're heading into the winter months now, so make sure that you're doing that in a Reno or somewhere warmer. We have no shortage of heat down here. But overall, I think that this one's solid. I wish that this was an integrated hopper, but I kind of like the flip load technology. The stock is okay. And overall, lots of pick rails for customization. The fact that it comes with the battery and the charger and everything at $40 is like the XShot special at this point. Jinx, do you have anything to contribute? Anything you want to add? What do you think? She says, hey man, it does not smell like Jinx treats. So we'll see you next time. Much love, blast on, Drac out.